And now for our next news special report.
Tonight we're breaking down a story that's not just news, it's a wake-up call for every American. Imagine a country where laws and borders no longer matter, where illegal actions are rewarded with free benefits. That's not a dystopian novel, that's the reality we're facing. California is on the brink of making a decision that could forever alter the fabric of our nation. At the same time, a massive human wave is surging towards our border, threatening to overwhelm our already strained resources. And if that's not enough, cities like Chicago are screaming for help, unable to cope with the influx. This is a story of policy, politics, and the potential peril facing our republic. And you need to hear it. You hear it all. Because what's happening now could redefine America forever. Stay with us for the full report. You don't want to miss my final thought on why this matters to you. Now, before we delve into today's crucial report, let's talk about a pressing issue. Just like California is expanding health care to cover those without papers, our bodies sometimes extend benefits to harmful belly fat. This fat deep in your abdomen is a silent threat to your health, much like unchecked policies can be to our society. That's why just as we scrutinize these policies, I've turned to a revolutionary substance designed to target this stubborn fat. It helps reduce fat storage, speed up fat breakdown, and boost metabolism. And right now, you can get this life-changing solution at 51% off. So don't wait. Visit trimwithgary.com today. Let's tackle our personal health with the same urgency we tackle these pressing social issues. Now, after covering the critical aspect of personal health, let's shift our focus to the matter of public health and policy that's equally pressing. In California, Governor Gavin Newsom is set to open what some are calling a Pandora's box of healthcare policy. This bold move promises to provide free health care to all, including illegal immigrants, irrespective of their documentation status. As we speak, the state is grappling with a budget deficit, yet it seems undeterred in expanding health care benefits, creating a stark contrast in its fiscal policy. This decision isn't in isolation. It's part of a broader trend of policy shifts that could have significant implications for the entire nation. Now let's take a closer look at this unfolding situation.
California has become the first state to guarantee free health care to all low-income immigrants. It's part of Governor Newsom's operating budget, which pledges to make all low-income adults eligible for the state's Medicaid program by 2024, regardless of their immigration status. Nationwide, low-income families get free health care through Medicaid, but the federal government doesn't pay for people who are living in our country illegally. The move will cost about $2.7 billion every year.
Now, the policy decision in California isn't just about health care, it's a matter of principles and priorities. While the state is undergoing a budget freeze for its lawful residents, it paradoxically continues to extend Medi-Cal benefits to illegal immigrants. This latest expansion is another step towards fulfilling Newsom's promise of universal health care access. But at what cost? The financial burden of this policy is a matter of grave concern. The state's Department of Health Care Services has already seen cost estimates for the Medi-Cal expansion nearly double, signaling potential fiscal instability. And moving from the West Coast to the heart of America, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson is sounding the alarm. Facing an influx of illegal immigrants, Johnson is now calling on the Biden administration for support. This crisis in Chicago is a microcosm of a larger issue. Sanctuary cities across the nation are feeling the strain of their open-door policies. It's a situation that puts local resources under immense pressure, challenging the sustainability of such policies. Now, here's a closer look at Mayor Johnson's plea for federal assistance. Watch.
The technical support that we receive from the federal government, we appreciate that. Work authorization to put people on a pathway to sustainability, I certainly appreciate that. And without real significant investment from our federal government, it won't just be the city of Chicago that won't be able to maintain this mission. It's the entire country that is now at stake. But in no way what the state of Texas is doing is helping the cause. As much as we recognize that there are challenges, significant challenges at the border, and we do need real substantive immigration reform and policies that allow us to have a structure and a pathway to citizenship. But again, sending buses all over the state of Illinois and all over the country is reckless and, quite frankly, is dangerous.
Now, continuing where we left off in our discussion about Chicago's crisis under Mayor Brandon Johnson, the situation in Chicago is more than a local issue. It's a reflection of a national challenge. The city's struggle with the influx of illegal immigrants is not unique, but it is indicative of the broader issues surrounding immigration policies and its implementation. Now let's hear directly from the mayor. as he addresses the crisis and its impact on Chicago. Here's more.
To meet this demand, but we have reached a critical point in this mission that absent real significant intervention immediately, our local economies are not designed and built to respond to this type of crisis. We are literally building a system as we go along. I commend Mayor Johnston and Mayor.
Now, in that clip, Mayor Johnston's words underscore the gravity of the situation. His plea for federal assistance is not just a request for aid, it's a call for a reevaluation of our immigration policies and their consequences on the local communities. The strain on Chicago's resources is a clear indication of the broader implications of these policies on cities across the nation. But the challenges don't stop there. As California expands its health care coverage and cities like Chicago grapple with the consequences of their immigration policies, a new threat looms at our borders. A massive migrant caravan, potentially the largest ever seen, is making its way towards the U.S. border. This isn't just a group seeking better lives, it's a tidal wave of humanity that could overwhelm our border security and immigration systems. The leader of the caravan has made their intentions clear. They are determined to reach the U.S. no matter what. Now let's get a glimpse of this impending challenge. Take a look at this. Look at all those people. It is unbelievable. A sea of people, 15,000 estimated, 16,000 marching towards the United States. And it just goes on and on and on. And all these people, they're going to cross the border and they're going to overwhelm the immigration system. They're going to overwhelm Border Patrol. They are going to go to the NGOs to seek aid. That aid, of course, handed down from the federal government to those groups. And it's going to be distributed across all these people. And they're going to be shipped into your communities. Now, of course, some people may be truthfully seeking asylum, others just trying to abuse the system. And it just has to stop. We have to shut the borders down immediately. Now, amidst these developments, Representative Jeff Van Drew presents a startling comparison on Fox News. He highlighted that the number of illegal aliens entering the U.S. under the Biden administration now exceeds the population of New Jersey, the 11th most populous state. This staggering revelation puts into perspective the scale of the ongoing immigration crisis. It's not just a border issue, it's a national concern that calls for immediate and effective policy responses. Let's explore more with Representative Van Drew's insights. Take a look.
This is unbelievable. You couldn't make this up. And to put it in perspective as well, a few more months since Biden has been president, the number of illegal immigrants into this country will be pretty much the equivalent of a high population state like New Jersey or the city of New York. You can't make it up, but it's terrible. And it's not complicated. Here's the deal. They're going to have meetings in Mexico. It's great to have the meetings, but you have to have good public policy, and it's easy. Finish the wall. Remain in Mexico policy, immediately expediting people back, end catch and release, hire many more border patrol to keep an eye on what's going on, close the border in simple English. There are so many ways to do this. It's not complicated. And I'm going to be maybe some people will think is bold, but I'm telling the truth. This administration purposely wants to change the social structure and the fabric of the United States of America. This doesn't happen by accident. When Joe Biden became president, they were there at the border, they were getting ready, and they all had Joe Biden T-shirts on. When Donald Trump was president, this didn't happen, and our numbers were going down to record lows. It's not complicated. This isn't nuclear science. It's easy to do. They want this to happen. It's one of many reasons that I left the party. They're hurting the United States of America. And I'm going to call out Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City. He wanted to be a sanctuary city. This is what you get. It's not just a political watchword. It's a real thing. When you're a sanctuary city, it means that you welcome them. It means that you pay for them. It means that you give them housing. You give them transportation, that you will not cooperate with federal authorities that want to send them back. He got what he asked for. New York City, unfortunately, it's a city I love. It's a city I was born in, but they've got what they asked for. We have to change our ways. He shouldn't be shocked. Democrats are out acting shocked and surprised. It's their policies. It's the policies they enacted. It's their border they allowed to be open. They have to be called out. They have to close it up. The Senate needs to pass H.R. 2 that does all the above, and we'll go back to normal. It's that simple.
Wow. As we delve into these intertwined issues, it's clear they're not isolated incidents, but part of a broader narrative. California's decision to offer health care to illegal immigrants, Chicago's immigration crisis, the surge at the border, and the alarming statistics shared by Representative Van Drew are all pieces of a puzzle that, when put together, paint a concerning picture for the future of our nation. These events raise critical questions about the direction in which our country is headed. They challenge the sustainability of our policies, the security of our borders, and the integrity of our national identity. It's a moment of reckoning, a time to reflect on the values and principles that guide our nation. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. It's crucial we stay informed and engage in these discussions. Now, my final thought. Tonight's report paints a troubling picture of a nation grappling with the consequences of misguided policies and unenforced laws. Governor Newsom's decision to offer free health care to illegal immigrants is not just irresponsible, it's an open invitation for more illegal immigration, undermining the rule of law and straining our resources. Meanwhile, Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson, who once proudly declared his city a sanctuary, is now facing the harsh reality of his policies. The impending arrival of a 15,000-strong migrant caravan at our borders is a clear signal of an invasion, not a migration. It's a direct result of lax policies that encourage illegal entry. Representative Van Drew's remarks highlight the gravity of the situation. Our borders are not just lines on a map, they define our sovereignty. The time for half measures is over. We need decisive action, a return to the policies that prioritize the safety and well-being of American citizens. It's high time we consider leadership that can restore order. Perhaps a leader like Donald Trump in 2024, who isn't afraid to make the tough decisions, including the immediate deportation of illegal entrants. Our republic's future and the sanctity of our laws depend on it.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.